Welcome back to another video, guys. We finally have some good news. $1,300 later, that's how much I paid for this drone. To be exact, $1,350. But that's not considering the $1,400 one that I broke a couple months ago. So we are $3,000 deep into drones, and I got myself a new one, but this time I bought insurance for $89. Last one went into the trash with no insurance. This one right here, we're covered for 2 years. So get ready to see some more drone footage. And I'm gonna try to keep this one away from tree branches or get it from falling down the sky, because that's what happened to the last one. I changed the propellers by myself and they were the wrong size and they hit each other and it just fell down 50 feet from the ground. But on today's video, we're gonna be loading up 6 pickup trucks onto my car hauler. That's right, you heard me right. 6 pickup trucks are gonna be going on this 2023 Peterbilt 389 easy loader setup. So this is what you may call a lazy way of loading 4 trucks onto the trailer in a lazy way, but it is actually very beneficial. It doesn't hurt your setup and it is legal. You get away with not having to tie down the frame without having to use your truck package, and it's a whole lot quicker of loading it this way. So if you want to know exactly how I load it up, stay till the very end of the video, hit that subscribe button, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you can load up these trucks in a newly discovered way. This may be very controversial for a lot of car haulers, and they're gonna say stop being lazy and use your truck package, but it is also very beneficial for you to know exactly how you can do this the easier way and the correct way. No more ripping your straps by tying down by the frame. No more damaging rooftops of these trucks from having them be too close to each other, bouncing up and down, and just a lot more simpler for your mind. So here we have the 6 trucks. We have 5 F-150s and 1 Ranger. We did have that red Expedition that was parked right there, but I'm not going to be picking that up because neither a F-150 or an Expedition will fit on my nose on my truck. I have the big steer tires on my truck, and even with the F-150 tied down by the front and the back and lowered as much as possible on my bubble top, we are at 14.1 and 14.2 feet high with this thing being tied down, and that's with regular steer tires. Now I have tires that are 3 to 4 inches taller than the regular ones, so I'm gonna be at like 14.5 if I were to load this on my truck. So we went ahead and switched out the Expedition, threw it out of there, threw a Ranger on there because the Ranger will fit perfectly on my nose over my hood. And now what I gotta do is I walk around and I unscrew every antenna and I throw it into the passenger seat of the truck, just like this. I see a lot of drivers, they just bend this small thing like this and lock it into the door. With the old antennas you can do this, but with the rubber ones, they're so easy to unscrew. You just throw them in there like that. I don't understand why you would bend it and break it, and it's so thick you're breaking the paint right here. So if they can unscrew so easily, unscrew them. And this Ranger has a slight issue. It has a bed cover, and this bed cover can't roll up. It's pretty strong and it's going to be leaning down on the nose, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere. We're going to risk it and we're going to find out. But for this truck right here, here's what I do with the antenna. This is the long skinny antenna and you can't unscrew it because it was screwed on here with a wrench. So this is when I actually put it in the door jamb. I did photos on all of the trucks, every corner, and the rooftops. Now all we got to do is drive them out of this auction, throw them onto my truck. This is my co-worker David here.
How's it going?
I look up to him even though he's younger than me. I'm down here, he's like Goliath up there.
I am a few inches taller, yeah. You're a funny guy. Have you ever tried stand-up comedy?
No, not today.
I think it worked better for you than car hauling. Wait, am I interviewing you or are you interviewing me?
Hey, isn't it supposed to be the other way around? David was the short one, Goliath was the big one. Your name is David, why are you so big?
Well,
you're like, how tall are you? 6 what?
6'2". So I'm like a little above average, and then Goliath was just above average. So technically you're below average.
Just an example.
Yeah, it's my son.
He's up, his chin is right here at the top of my head.
Yeah, you remind me of my wife.
Any words of wisdom, David, before I load these 6 puppies onto my truck?
I once heard a man say that a man that apologizes when he is wrong is considered honest. A man who apologizes even though he's not sure is called wise. But a man who apologizes even though he is right is called a husband.
Wow.
So take it for what it is. That's my words of wisdom to the Gen Z G supporters and followers and viewers.
That's a good one. Give me the fist bump. Let's get to work. What are you waiting for? Ooh, that was a far reach. First truck's going on. Always throw it in 4 high. Try to not fall through into the middle of the trailer or onto either side of the truck. I'm gonna stop here. Check out the wheel size on this thing. It's not the biggest wheels, but we still gotta make sure our pockets are opened up a decent amount. So under here, we have holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's in the 8th hole, which is good. We could open it up to the 9th, but we don't need to. I'm gonna back it in with the back wheels and they're gonna sink down into those pockets, and that's gonna get our height down lower on our roof. Here you can see the truck is in the pockets. All you gotta do is throw the strap over the wheel on that side, throw the strap over the wheel on this side. We got 2 open holes on this side of the wheel. 1, 2. And we got 2, 4, 4.5 holes on this side. So the truck is a whole lot more to that side. We could have brought it more this way, but this is still fine. You can leave it just like this. What is this guy doing? Yo, hey, get off my truck, bro.
What do you mean it's my truck?
Get off my truck, man. Yours is the peasant gray one over there. You don't even drive an easy loader.
Dude, I swear this is my truck.
Get out of here.
Dispatch called me and said that I'm taking this truck today.
This is not funny, man. It's getting dark. I need to finish my video. Look at that beautiful sunset behind you.
Did Dispatch not call you?
Nope.
Okay, hold on. Hold on one second.
While you're at it, just back up. And careful, because that ramp moved a little. So our first truck is on. This is considered our second position. Before you put this truck on over here, clear the straps out of the way. Just like this. What'd you say?
Dispatch said I'm driving this truck next week. I'm sorry.
Get out of here.
I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know. Am I centered? I haven't loaded one of these in so long. I completely forgot.
I think you're about to fall off.
I'm not centered?
No, you're centered.
Yeah.
You're good.
I was just going off the ratchets.
My truck is not rent free, so if you want to stand on here, you got to pay me hourly, $500 an hour. And you've been on here for about 2 minutes now, so you owe me 50 bucks.
But you are interviewing me, and I charge also $50 an hour. So let's just cancel it.
Okay. All right. You're good to go. You're good to go.
Deal.
Up here, I just have these thrown in the second hole. We're not gonna have anything underneath here, and I throw my hook into this first hole because this is where the tire is gonna stand, so it's good right there. This guy messed up my ramp.
Sorry, bro.
This is what it looks like from down here. Let's walk and get the next car. It's going on there. Honestly, I didn't know what I was thinking that I could show you how to load 6 trucks before it gets dark. It's gonna be pitch black by the time I load the last one on. So bear with me here. I will most likely not be able to show you the whole process today, just because it's about to get pitch black outside and no flashlight will do its justice to show you good enough. But that's all right. We will reconnect tomorrow. I will park somewhere at a rest area. I'll fly my drones up. I'll show you everything in a lot more detail from the sky and while it's fully bright out. Pulling up to the trailer here. Throw it in 4 high. Reason why I do 4 high and not 4 low is because to put in 4 low, you have to shift it into neutral, let it go into 4 low, and then put it back in drive. And 4 low is getting you out of a rut. You don't need 4 low. It switches to a lower transmission gear. It's just too much. 4 high will get the job done perfectly. So stay wide here. And here, we're gonna drive right into the center of these pockets. As I get out of the truck, I always go to the back wheel first. Step right here, squat down, and pretty much hug this wheel. Reach with one hand, grab the strap, and throw it on. Just like that, the strap is on. Now, front wheel. See how I stopped here in the middle of the pockets right there? Now our front bumper will be able to clear this metal rail when I'm lowering it down. If I were to drive any more further, it would be too close. A fist of space is what you need between this bumper and this metal rail. Strap goes on. This is how you tighten it. And that's gonna be it for today. It's getting really dark out here, really dusk. I'm sorry, but we're gonna reconnect tomorrow and I'm gonna show you how I load up the trailer. This one, we're just gonna lower it down because we're not gonna have anything underneath it. And then 4 trucks will go in the V position on the trailer, and I will show you that exactly tomorrow. And there we have it. Didn't I tell you guys that I'll see you the next day? It was 1 second for you, but we are 1 hour away from our delivery. This is a 8-hour drive from where I picked it up to where I'm delivering it. So I'm pretty much here. Here's our load, and here's exactly how I loaded it. We left off with the F-150 on the 2nd position. I drove that puppy on into the middle of the pockets, and I threw on the straps on the wheels, nothing to the frame. We have nothing underneath it anyways. And then we worked on the trailer. I'll come over to this side because it's better lighting on this side. So here we have the truck on the rear end of the trailer, and we were able to do a V position on top of our trailer just by doing it like this. So from the rear tail lights to the back end of the truck, legally you're allowed to have 6 feet of overhang, and that is backed up by the DOT. And we measured this with a shorter bed F-150. We are even a little less than 6 feet from there to there. So this is legal right here. Up on top, we threw F-150 here, F-150 there, and F-150 in the belly. With a regular bed, we drove past the pockets with this truck and stopped right on the blue part, and that's where we threw the straps on. I used the straps from the 3rd position, from here, strapped it around there, and the straps up on front around the wheel as well. I left these straps right over here. I didn't use it. And then for this truck, I used the straps from the 4th position to lock in the wheels on this side, and the straps from the 5th position for those wheels. Over here, we have a fist of space between both beds for bounce space. We are good there. Under here, we put this F-150, and I threw my strap into this hole before I drove on. Reason why is because this hook is under the tire now, but you want to drive up this far so that you can open the door in your truck and get out from that side. We have good clearance between our truck and trailer here. Nothing's gonna touch. That's why I left the back wheels up a little higher, because sometimes you gotta watch out. If you lower this too much, you will clip that to the hood of this truck. Strapped in by the front and back wheels, nothing by the frame. We left a little bit more than a fist of space between the cab roof and the top deck for bounce space. And then the last and final truck, that's always controversial for truckers, and they say you should use the truck package. We did it this way. I drove the truck all the way up until it hit this part right here, basically the trailer tires. Slid it in as much as I could. I didn't lower it all the way down because we still need a little bounce space for this plastic piece here. So we could have lowered it down a little more, but we didn't. And then we have more than a fist of space on top of that roof. Tie down both of the wheels with straps, nothing by frame again. And now we're gonna reveal the height on every single position. Starting with this truck, nothing by the frame again. We are at 13.11. Over here, we are at 13 feet. Right here, we are at 13.11. And on the really last position, we are at 1311.5. Our tallest position is here, only by half an inch, but guess what? We are allowed to run up to 14 feet high, and the route that I haul on is no issue with going with 14 feet. We had a driver who did 14.2 and he didn't clip anything, and he made a mistake because he didn't measure his height properly. We remeasured it and found out that it was 14.2, and we were like, wow, you're lucky you didn't hit anything. But that means that 14 feet is good clearance to drive down the route that we go through. I'm not saying you can go on all routes with 14 feet, but if you know your routes, you'll know your heights, and 14 feet is really good for this load. So looking at this big setup, we have 6 trucks on our car hauler, and that's pretty impressive. I don't think I've ever had a 6 truck load. I've had a 5 truck load, but never a 6 truck, because that's our 6 truck. Even though it's small, it's just a Ford Ranger, it's still considered a pickup truck. So 6 trucks, first time ever on the Peterbilt 389 80-footer truck. That's how it looks like. And if you guys ever want to do the V position on your trailer, now you know how and you have a reference. And to be very precise, for those of you who know your car hauling stuff, over here we have 2, 4, 5 open holes when you're lowering this truck down. Over here we stopped right at this pinhole. Over here in the center of the trailer we have 3 open holes. So for another reference for all you guys who are actually going to try and do this, that's just a pointer for you. Now all trucks have a little different height, so don't take this and do it every time. Use your own brain for this. Now that's gonna wrap it up for me. I'm glad that I could show you how you can load up 6 pickup trucks on your car hauler. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.